Hey Aries, this is Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and your theme this week is Happily Ever After. And paired with your monthly energy of the Four of Swords, it definitely feels like that first day of summer at the end of the school year or the first day of your retirement where it's kind of like you probably aren't going to do much. It's a whole lot of just doing nothing, that break that you've been wanting for so very long. And so there's a certain, I want to say there's an energy of the first day of the rest of your life kind of coming in here. So I am using the Kuan Oracle and the Everyday Tarot. I have stack 1, 2, 3. They're timestamped below, so you can skip to the one or more than one that you feel like is meant for you. This is a general collective reading, so if you would like something more tailored to your situation, if this doesn't feel like it's playing out for you, I offer private readings, and my Etsy page is linked below, so you can find out about getting one of those. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thank you so much for sharing this time with me. So let's get started with stack 1. You have the 9 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and this is your Kuan Yin image, and it says, 10 Sisters of Light, you have been here before, lived many lifetimes. Your soul has learned skills in past lives and developed abilities and talents. It is time to reawaken and reclaim those past life gifts. Kuan Yin's grace, protection, and assistance help you now to release past life wounds so that you may bring past life powers to aid your present life purpose. And that can mean actual past lives and you believe in that, but don't feel bound to buy into that if that's not part of your belief system, because it can just mean your past in this life. Because I've said it before, sometimes it feels like I've been so many people just in this life. Who needs reincarnation in multiple lives when I feel like at 40 I've already lived so many just in this one go around. So anyway, let me think a second. Okay. So starting with this 5 of Cups and how to move from this into this happily ever after, these spilled cups right here, they represent these old wounds that she's talking about here, of that they're getting more attention than, like, so he's facing these, they're getting more attention to these two than these two that remain. And so this week, can you shift your focus from these are, I feel like I want to say the regrets. This is regretful energy. And so can you shift your attention to that, to those forgotten gifts. These forgotten gifts that they're talking about, that's what's in these little 2 cups right here. These are tied to wish fulfillment. These are tied to a wish that you made long ago in the past, and one that you may have given up on because you thought you would never have time to explore and cultivate those talents. And so this time marks a beginning just as much as it marks an ending. So you get to start over, a chance all the way to make this 9. So this is the 9. The 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card. So this isn't a tarot card that says 10 of Cups, but that's essentially what this implies here. So you have a second chance to go just from this to the total package. And so, but you have to first be able to understand that there are no mistakes, and that the time that you spent doing other things, that wasn't wasted. That's not lost. You don't need to worry about getting it back. This was the time all along that was meant for this, and so enjoy it. Okay. Stack 2. You have the 4 of Swords. We got a synchronicity there. Knight of Cups. And here is your Kuan Yin image. And it says, Sisters of the Sun Rising, you are a highly creative being with the ability to help raise the vibration of consciousness on this planet through your creative projects and dreams. Remain open to other souls joining forces with you, just like the Sisters of the Sun Rising, who bring great energy to help humanity through their group endeavors. When you allow for aligned group effort, wonderful things can happen. So you are showing up this week as the Knight of Cups. And so this is the poet, the painter, the creative, the one who expresses love in demonstrable ways, in beautiful ways. So you have love in your heart, and realize that it feels good to express it any way you can rather than bottle it up. And that inclination is there for a reason, and the world is enriched when you get that out there. You're a channel for beauty. Those, like right now, I feel like there's a lot of commercials out there that are making me cry. They are really artfully kind of showing the zeitgeist of what we're going through right now, with everyone kind of staring out their windows and being able to see each other over the computer, and how it's hard, but we're doing it together. And they just are so emotional. And it's like those types of commercials, those were made by this Knight of Cups, people like this. People that can take those emotions and find creative ways to bring those feelings out in the viewer. And so the Four of Swords here, this amplified message with the Kuan Yin message, reminds me, it's a little like something I saw on the morning show a few weeks back. It was some pop band. I don't remember who it was. It wasn't anyone that I'm into, like One Republic or something. But they were quarantined like most people, but they quarantined together, just their small group of 3 guys or whatever it was. And so they were able to use that time to collaborate and still operate and still be creative and still keep doing what they do. But it was still, they're still closed off from the world. It's a closed system. And so that's what this kind of card reminds me of, is talking about still needing to connect with your creative team, whether that be with your guides or with an actual group that you create with and do things with and grow with. But to make sure that while you're in this solitude, that this isn't like a solo solitude, it's a small group solitude. It's like you, as a multiple people, make one. So like a band is a one entity, but it's made up of several people. And so that's making sure that whatever you're doing to keep yourself safe isn't cutting you off from those people that are part of your instrument. All right, stack 3. You have the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, and this is your Kuan Yin image. It says the Tao. The Tao is always flowing, always nourishing life into creation, always presenting steps and solutions, and always reminding us that we are perfect in this moment. You are being guided to relax and allow life to flow. Feel the joy of release and wonder of how easy life can be when we let go of fear and control. I got distracted by a hair on my arm and made a mess. Give me a second. Tickles. Okay. Sorry. So the 4 of Wands is exactly the kind of energy that presents itself on like the first day of a new era. It's like the way a wedding marks the beginning of your new life as a couple, or like a quinceañera is like marking the coming of age. This is the first day of your life as an adult. And so, however, when it's paired with the 10 of Swords like this is something that did come. There's a bittersweetness to it, because there had to be something that ended in order to bring it into being. Something had to be sacrificed, something had to go. This new beginning is coming at a cost. And there is a reminder here, though, that you can honor that and be grateful for that without it souring the future that you're creating. It's like you don't forget it. You never forget, but you are in a way, I don't want to say obligated, but you might as well move forward joyfully. Otherwise, the sacrifice was for nothing. And so it feels kind of like, I want to say like the Armageddon movie, where at the end where, if you haven't seen it by now, you're probably not going to. It's like where Bruce Willis, sacrifices himself so the father of his grandkid can go back to Earth and be with his daughter or whatever, so they can have their life. Or I don't know if you're watching that new Netflix series Daybreak, but there's Miss Crumble. No spoilers, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but she volunteers to make a similar sacrifice where she has, you know, she knows she may not make it so that everyone else can. And it's that, those are all like big movie type scenarios where no one's dying here. It's not that serious, but this new beginning isn't possible without letting something end. That's the cycle, and that's the way it has to be. So do honor that, do appreciate that, and don't let that sacrifice be a reason. Don't let that dampen your future. Move forward, okay? I'll talk to you in a week, Aries. Thank you.